Live, local, trusted. This is WKYT News.
Now on mid-morning, gun violence in Lexington. Details on 2 weekend shootings.
Plus, the future of Lexington's farmland, a meeting that will set the tone for 2 major projects.
And a night at the Vineyard. People in Richmond get to pop a bottle and enjoy a show. Thanks for joining us on Mid-Morning. I'm Victor Puente.
And I'm Destiny Quinn. We're also tracking the impacts of Hurricane Beryl. Jim, what category is it right now?
I mean, it's barely hanging on to hurricane status. It's 75 miles per hour. 74 takes it down to a tropical storm. So we're right there. And at this moment, the last update that just came through says we're still at 75 miles per hour. And it is moving off toward the north at around 12. So yeah, we're going to see the impacts of that. We're going to get some moisture in the air going from it as we kind of heat that up, give you the uncomfortable part of this. And then eventually it'll turn the corner and ride into parts of Kentucky. See, this flood watch kind of highlights the trajectory, the path of the heaviest rain. Notice western Kentucky's in a flood watch. We are not, but we could see some rain. Unfortunately, it's going to come in more of a stronger form. We'll get some thunderstorms that develop out there that could be on the strong to severe side. And because of our positioning, we might even spin up something isolated as far as tornadic activity is concerned. So there's a low end risk of that tomorrow, but something worth watching. And then Beryl will roll past us on Wednesday. I'll break all of this down and give you the full hour by hour coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Jim. Lexington police are investigating 2 weekend shootings.
Officers say someone fired a gun early yesterday morning on West 6th Street. That bullet broke glass. The shards hit someone. That person is expected to be okay. There have been no arrests. The other shooting also happened early Sunday morning. Police say someone shot a home on Caddo Lake near Man-O-War and Buckhorn Drive. No one was hurt. Anyone with information can call Lexington Police.
A Laurel County man is behind bars after a shooting. Sheriff's deputies arrested Joseph Brewer Saturday afternoon. They say Brewer shot Jaden Jackson in a road rage incident. Jackson was not the other driver. Police say Jackson instead pulled up to the incident, exited his car, and was shot twice. He was taken to UK Hospital for emergency surgery. Brewer is charged with first-degree assault.
A man was charged after police say he crashed into a home in Lexington. Police arrested Brian Gomez. He was charged with 1 endangerment, DUI, driving without a license, and leaving the scene of an accident. Officers say it happened on Colchester Drive just before 1 a.m. Saturday. Crews say they found a car that went through the home's front door. 3 people were inside that home when it happened. None of them were hurt.
You can learn more today about 2 energy projects here in Lexington. An information session is happening today on 2 solar farm projects. Lucy Bryson is at Macedonia Christian Church to tell us where they're located.
Well, these potential projects could be located on Haley Road and Winchester Road and areas around that if they do eventually get approved. But before approval, they are met with some critiques by some specific groups. The group Fayette Alliance is one of those. It's criticized the plans for using up traditional farmland here in Lexington. The entire conflict is part of something bigger for Lexington. Groups have been debating for some time now about what's next for rural areas. Fayette Alliance breaks down the proposals. Proposal 1 is called Silicon Ranch. It comes out of a company based in Nashville, which proposed a zoning ordinance text amendment, which permits multiple scales of solar development through Fayette County. Now, Proposal 2 is known as Eastern Kentucky Power Cooperative, which has plans to plant on nearly 400 acres. Combined, these 2 project proposals amass over 1,000 acres of nationally recognized prime farmland here in Lexington. But tonight's meeting welcomes questions from both areas of opinion, and they want you to know that if you're planning on staying in Lexington for the next decade or so, this is something that should concern you. And they want to hear your voice. You can come out here to Macedonia Christian Church if you've got any burning questions or just want to know more about these potential plans. This info session is going to be from 6 p.m. to 7:30. For now in Lexington, I'm Lucy Bryson, WKYT.
Lucy, thank you. A former Stanford Dairy Queen worker accused of stabbing her co-worker is due in court today. Rachel Sanchez was arrested back in May. Police say she stabbed her co-worker multiple times. The victim was airlifted to a hospital. Police say another co-worker tried to stop Sanchez but was also injured. Sanchez is now charged with attempted murder and second-degree assault. Her hearing is at 2 o'clock.
A weekend fire damaged 2 homes in Lexington. Just after midnight Sunday, crews were called to Brick House Lane right off of Polo Club. Firefighters say a garbage can between the homes was on fire. Neighbors say they were awake when the fire started. One person tried to put it out with a garden hose before crews arrived. The home suffered minor damage, mostly to the exterior. Nobody was injured. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
A Harlan County High School basketball player was released from the hospital after a firework-related injury. Reggie Cottrell had his pointer finger amputated. His middle finger was also partially amputated. Reggie's sister posted an update on social media saying he's doing great. He even got a visit from some Wildcats that included a former teammate. Reggie's father said a malfunctioning firework caused the accident. The American Saddlebred Museum in Lexington has now opened its Heritage Garden to the public.
The museum held a sold-out opening event for the weekend for the new Sally and Joe Jackson Heritage Garden. 200 people were in attendance. It was hosted by Carson Kressley from the Bravo show Queer Eye. The garden was designed by critically acclaimed designer and Kentucky native John Karloftis.
As an interior designer, I think you always look to the outside for cues about how you're going to decorate your home. And the outside is really important. I think design, whether it's interiors or gardens, allows you to use your space, enjoy your space, and really connect with it.
The garden's namesake, Sally and Joe Jackson, owned the horse Wild Eyed and Wicked. It was crowned world's grand champion 5-gaited American saddlebred in 2001. The horse is now memorialized in a statue at the center of the garden.
A Grammy and CMA award-winning artist headlined a concert series in Richmond. Pam Tillis performed at the Vibe in the Vines at Chenault Vineyards Saturday. Tonight of music, fireworks, and wine. WKYT was one of the sponsors. Tillis says connecting with the crowd never gets old.
That feeling to see a crowd singing words to your songs you've written or songs you've recorded, and that it brings us all together.
And that event also highlighted local artists like Sarah Beth from Estill County and Mount Sterling native Sam L. Smith.
Kentucky car lovers were out at the Cruisin' for a Cause. More than 100 cars were set up in the Valvoline headquarters parking lot in Lexington for the event. It featured vendors, food trucks, consultations, and awards. All of the proceeds went to Habitat for Humanity.
Everybody loves cars, so it's like, well, let's try to do something that's really fun for the community so we can give back. So everything that we're raising here today, all of our ticket sales, registration sales as well, it all goes to Habitat for Humanity. So we're trying to give back to the community while entertaining people at the same time, because it's a beautiful day and why not?
Organizers say they hope to make this an annual event.
A group of Kentuckians will be going to Paris to help work the Summer Olympics. In a social media post from Governor Andy Beshear, he says more than 80 media students from Asbury University will be in Paris assisting in the Olympic coverage. They'll be working alongside industry professionals there. Positions include video editors, camera operators, audio, and loggers. The Olympics kick off July 26th. They run until August 11th.
There's still time to get your tickets for the 2024 St. Jude Dream Home giveaway. WKYT is once again teaming up with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. To get your ticket today, just scan the QR code on your screen. The home's being built at 3520 Stolen Horse Trace, right off of Polo Club Boulevard. It has 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and is approximately 1,600 square feet. Every ticket helps ensure families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food. Coming up on WKYT Mid-Morning, a long time coming and a dream come true.
The Kentucky County celebrating its new ambulance service.
And we will have the latest on what is still Hurricane Beryl and the impact it could have on us right here in Kentucky.